Dude, you were walking into a war zone at Iowa. Nate Moore, for people who don't remember, Fargo champ. Tyler Clark, as you mentioned, was a transfer in from Iowa State. When Kale left, he left, came to Iowa. And man, like I remember going to, you know how they do the Wrestle-Off on the football weekend? I was like going to just a tailgate at a football game. Must have been 2010. Clark actually beat you in the Wrestle-Off. I don't know if it was your freshman year or your redshirt freshman year.
2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, what was the path for you to get in the starting lineup against those dudes?
Freshman year, there were a lot of factors that went into that. Sophomore year was a little more clear cut.
What about your redshirt year, like where you weren't starting? How was that year?
I didn't get to even wrestle or anything because freshman year I had an injury right away and I was out all the way till January.
Gotcha.
So my redshirt freshman year, I lost the Wrestle-Off. But if you go back and you kind of look at the matches, and this is how Tom and Terry are with it, is they don't really look at who won. Mm-hmm. And we tell our guys the same thing. Wrestle-Offs aren't the end all be all. Like there's going to be other opportunities. I was the only one outside of the overtime takedown I think Nate Moore got against Tyler that scored takedowns even in mine and Tyler's match. Like Tyler beat me on riding time, but I was the only one who scored a takedown. So they're going there thinking who's going to give us the best opportunity against the competition, not against each other. And Nate Moore had won the Wrestle-Off. So if anything, Nate Moore should have been the guy week one. So their choice, here was their plan, is they were going to send us all to an open that first week. And whoever won the open, that's who the guy was going to be.
What was it, Kaufman Brand or St. Louis?
Yes, Kaufman Brand.
Okay.
I broke my foot. I couldn't go. Broke my foot that week. Tyler Clark broke his hand at the Kaufman Brand, so didn't get to wrestle the whole tournament out. And I can't remember what happened to Nate. I think something happened to Nate or something didn't happen to Nate. I don't remember exactly what it was. So we're getting down to the Iowa State duel, and it's all that's left is Nate Moore. Well, I told Tom, I can wrestle on this. Like, I'm fine. It was just the outside of my foot that was broken. We taped it up, put a little pad in there. It was more of a pain thing than anything. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a Wrestle-Off. It was more of like, hey, one takedown, go. Me and Moore. I got the one takedown. I didn't know if that was the Wrestle-Off, what it was, anything like that. And I got the one takedown. He put me out for Iowa State, and that whole year, my whole mindset was, and I use this as an example of some of our guys who, that might be in the same situation, is any chance I have, I got to freaking run with it. And I just went out. I was scoring a lot of points. I was beating guys. I was doing really well. And I didn't give them the chance to pull me out of the lineup, even if they wanted to. They just couldn't. Then we go into Midlands. Me and Tyler split matches there. I win the first one. He wins for fifth. But it was the same thing again, where I was the only one who scored takedowns in any of the matches. So that's kind of what made their decision. They said, hey, he's got more offensive opportunity. He's going to give us more chances in matches. We're putting him out there. The only match they didn't wrestle with me, and this one stuck with me forever and will still stick with me to this day, was Oklahoma State.
Oof, that hurts. They
didn't wrestle me in that one. And no one's ever told me this, and this is a theory I came up with in my head, and I'll stick with it till the day I die, is they thought I was going to get majored by Jordan Oliver, and the duel was going to be very close. And I think they brought Tyler thinking he could keep it close because he was good at riding, keeping matches close. We lost the duel by 1 point. Clark got majored.
Oh, man. I can't believe they put him in after you've been starting all year against the biggest duel in the schedule.
So the next year is when I got to wrestle Jordan and Carver. For a year and a half, that built up in me. And I was like, when I get the chance to wrestle this guy, I'm going to prove it. So it wasn't just, me wrestling Jordan. It was, I wanted to prove to them that you could rely on me in any situation. And I'm going to go out there and do my job. And I won the match. And we still lost the duel.
Overtime, how did it go down?
Yeah, it came out to ride outs. Our clock screwed up to send it into overtime because I had raced riding time, but they ran it the wrong way. There was a whole issue with the riding time. We still ended up losing that duel, but we tied because I had won the match, or else we weren't even coming down to tiebreakers.
Damn.
So that situation stuck with me forever, and it freaking drove me crazy. Like, when I get the chance to wrestle Jordan, I'm gonna freaking prove it that they should have sent me.
Dude,
So
that is crazy.
It's little things like that always like motivated me and dug down deep to my core that made me work harder.